Welcome along to the Olympic Tennis Centre. Centre court our focus. Next match up is the women's singles bronze medal match between Diede de Groot and second seed Yui Kamiji. And these two had really tough semi-final losses to take. De Groot lost to her fellow country person, the Graffoyan, 4-6, 6-4, 7-6. It was a similar story for Kamiji, also losing to another Dutch player, so we know it's going to be gold and silver for the Netherlands. Are they going to claim bronze as well? But Kamiji lost to Van Koot, the fourth seed, 6-3, 4-6, 7-5. It should be pretty tough to call. You would have to go with Kamiji, though, being the second seed, moving their head-to-head by 4 matches to 1. But Diede de Groot has been mightily impressive, the young 19-year-old. Of course, an upset by beating Jordan Wiley in the quarterfinals. It was a really polished performance. She's also already guaranteed herself a gold or a silver, reaching the final of the doubles, and got there by beating Kamiji and Nijo 7-5 in the third. So there is an opportunity for the Japanese player to perhaps get revenge for that loss on the singles court. Looking forward to this one, Joel?
Yeah, I mean, both nations have really strong wheelchair tennis programs going. The Dutch, of course, in the women's program, quite outstanding. Esther de Geer, the legend, was unbeaten for 10 years, retired a few years ago. But she's left behind a legacy that has seen the likes of Diede de Groot come through into the sport and make a career and do incredibly well. There's our chair umpire, local man. Opportunity during the bronze medal match here in the women's singles. And for Japan, in the men's side, they have 7 or 8 players inside the top 30 in the rankings. Diede is the man who's really set that up.
Yeah, and here's how De Groot has got through to this bronze medal matchup. As I say, the standout performance, therefore, coming in the quarterfinal, defeating the third seed, Jordan Wiley, and then losing out narrowly in the semi-finals, 7-6 in the third to the top seed, Graffoyan, that is already there in the doubles final with her partner Bruce, who she'll be taking on Graffoyan again. So guaranteed a medal there, and it's going to be gold and silver in the doubles for the Netherlands. It's going to be gold and silver in the singles for them. Can they make the clean sweep? That's the question. Kamiji, even though 22, is an experienced player. This is her second Paralympic Games, after being knocked down in both the quarterfinals in London in 2012. And she hadn't dropped a set before taking on Aniek van Koot. It was a really topsy-turvy affair, almost a strange match. She only held serve once in the first 2 sets, before the third set, where both players actually started to hold serve quite comfortably. And that is probably going to be the issue today for Kamiji. It's not the biggest of serves, so it is very attackable, and it's how she's able to neutralise the point after playing that serve, and I think that's going to be the key to victory for both of these players. But she's a player who has an excellent temperament and is a good mover at the back of the court. Always finds a way to get the ball back in play. Well, it's been we haven't seen a cloud for about 3 days.
Yeah.
What are they?
Yeah, that's very strange, but you can see the humidity levels increased almost 20% today with the appearance of the clouds. So temperatures dropping, but humidity levels a little bit higher. But the conditions pretty pleasant out there for these players.
There is actually a slight chance, looking at some of the forecasts, of a bit of rain late this afternoon. And you can see the clouds just beginning to gather there, and it has been very hot for a few days, and quite often when you've had a lot of heat, thunderstorm is often around the corner. Let's just hope that stays away, because we've still got a couple of matches left today on centre court. This bronze medal matchup. Following this, we have the quad singles gold medal match. Right now, our focus is on this bronze medal match between Diede de Groot and Yui Kamiji. Of the Netherlands against Japan for the bronze in the women's singles. In terms of how they've got on this year, it's been a standout year for Diede de Groot. She's only 19. She's achieved a career high ranking of 7, and that's going to only go in one direction after the performances here at the Paralympic Games. She picked up a title at the Career Open, and She also reached the final of the Tokyo Open, Paralympic de France, and the Swiss Open to go along with the semi-finals at the British Open, which was her last tournament before this one. 29 matches to go with 11 losses. Kamiji has also had an exceptional year. 4 titles to her name. She was the player who won the BNP Paribas Open de France. Also won the Japanese Open as well as the Dunlop Kobe Open. She also won the title in Johannesburg. 28 wins to 7 losses for her. As I say, she is the player who leads the head-to-head with 4 matches to 1. The only win coming for De Groot actually was through a retirement for Kamiji. That was this year, and you feel with the way that De Groot has played here in Rio, you give her a good chance.
Yeah. It's the number 2 in the world, Kamiji. But just, again, I can't keep away from the fact of the team aspect of the Paralympic Games. You play on the World Tour, yes, you obviously mix and you play with, and you're always playing in doubles with your fellow countrywomen or men, but the Paralympics is a unique event, and the team environment creates such a different vibe and atmosphere for the players, and can lead to both things. We lead to really positive and confident players, or it can be the other way. It can dissipate confidence. So I just feel that the Dutch, with the 2 players into the gold medal match, with the little history that they have here, the confidence that Diede coming into this match will have is incredible. And yeah, I'm prepared to say that they'll be flying their flag high with the bronze medal today.
Bold call, Gerald,
yeah.
Bold. I like it, though. I like it.
We've got to go somewhere.
Yeah, and of course, in the previous match, we've seen an 18-year-old just reach the gold medal matchup, so a chance for a 19-year-old here to pick up a medal as well, and it's good to see so many young players coming through in the sport.
Yeah, I think they'll look back in a few years' time at the Rio Paralympic Games as the changing of the guard. We're seeing a whole lot of new faces come into the upper echelons, medal-winning medal matches, and it's where the sport is growing so rapidly. She's only 22 as well, so young players are making their mark here at the Paralympics. Fantastic.
Of course, in 4 years' time, Kamiji will be playing in front of her home fans in Tokyo. Expected to be up and amongst it, the top players in the world, although that is a fair way away. And as you say, Gerald, as in the momentum for the Dutch at the moment, it couldn't be any better, particularly in the women's side of things, and almost the opposite for the Japanese and the men's. Of course, Kaneda came into this into the men's singles, having won in Beijing, the men's singles final, and won in London 4 years ago, but knocked out this time around in the quarterfinals. But this is the world number 2. This is the second seed Kamiji, which is up against the world number 7. It's going to be fascinating just to see who bounces back the best from the 2 gut-wrenching semi-finals losses, really. And I feel that they probably could have been in the final. As it is, they will fight it out for the bronze. So it is Japan's Yui Kamiji taking on Diede de Groot for the bronze medal. Forehand winner that is.
Fantastic. Took a while to set it up, but eventually the ball a little too short from Kamiji, and Groot could move in and finish off with the forehand. That almost sets the template of what we might be expecting here. Consistent from the back of the court, Kamiji. That's a fine shot.
So often in tennis, it's all about the breaks of serve, but quite often in women's wheelchair tennis, it's about who can hold serve. I I think is a little more aggressive than Kamiji, generally. Just very consistent, not going to give you too many cheap points.
And Groot will punish. You see Kamiji use the slice backhander. Regular in Australia, perhaps a lot more often than others at her level.
Fault for Kamiji, and it gives the Groot 2 break points.
Groot came in quite a positive backhand. Didn't have too much on it, but power enough to bring the mistake from Kamiji. Good start for the Dutch player.
Yeah, it tends to prefer a forehand in terms of being aggressive and attacking the ball to Groot. She'll get the opportunity to move around the ball. As you already referenced, Gerald, that Kamiji does like to slice that backhand, and that isn't as quick as the topspin. Allows Groot to maybe just move around the ball and open up the inside-out forehand. So it'll be interesting to see how Kamiji adapts out there. She's a real thinker, though, with how she constructs the points.
It's a slightly heavier ball to Groot. So last shot bounce a little bit. Difficult to control for Kamiji.
Kamiji is one of those players who's quite happy to sit a fair few feet behind the baseline and just rally it out. Say to her opponent, come on, try and beat me, try and hit through me, particularly on a court like this. It's pretty tough to do that. It's pretty slow here in Rio.
Ball doesn't die that easy, and there, Groot going deeper and deeper as Kamiji went further and further back. Eventually, a little too deep.
That's the effect of the slice, isn't it? As in, it's about you get more power with the topspin on the topspin backhand, but the slice does tend to just die away. It knifes it down on the surface. Get your opponent stretching and hitting up. Get that one right at all. The Groot.
That'll be out.
It's a bullet of a forehand.
Yeah, nice and powerful. On the stretch on the forehand, it was too short, and Groot had no problem at all just bearing it away.
Both of these players, incidentally, are Grand Slam winners. Big match experience. Kamiji won the French Open in 2014. A lot of doubles titles too. Also won the US Open in the same year. A US Open winner last year. Beautifully controlled into the corner.
Yeah, she's put a bit of pressure on Kamiji, bringing about those short forehands, and she's punished them twice now and has 3 points. Make it 2-1.
A player who doesn't show too much emotion. Both of these players quite similar in that matter of fact. A little away. Didn't really do enough with the serve, and Groot able to pounce. Once again, it's another break of serve. The Dutch player who moves in front once more. Leads by 2 games to 1 in the first set.
Diede the Groot. Let's see if she can hold serve here. Should put her into a 3-1 lead. So not serve is not held. players occupy the 4 of the top 7 places in the women's world rankings.
I think that's going to be scrunched up even more
Yeah.
after the Paralympics with the performance of the Groot. And this is the task at hand for Groot. It's very tough to find a way past Kamiji. She's on top of the rally early on. It's very much a mental game because the ball's going to come back time and time again.
It's attritional stuff. She's a defender from well behind the baseline. Kamiji. It's a test of opponents' patience.
There's a relative nice cheap point for Groot on serve. A lovely 1-2 punch. Chance here to have the first service hold.
No. Well, again, it's patience. It's a game of intense patience. And the Japanese player will hit those balls from the back of the court all day long.
It was a fine backhand, I thought, initially from the Groot, but not only Kamiji able to get there, she's getting it there and getting it back deep as well. That's the quality of the defence from the 22-year-old.
That's a super shot.
Yeah, almost took it on the half volley, and that allowed her to just generate a little bit more power on the ball. Even though she took it on the second bounce. really was an epic rally. You have to say Kamiji's movement at the back of the court is something else. Just not giving a short ball to De Groot either. And it is Kamiji who breaks once more. And we're level at 2 games apiece in this opening set.
Great discipline from Kamiji. Puts herself in a position to make the shot and make sure she's there to respond each and every time De Groot returns. So 2-all.
And again, it's going to be a test mentally for De Groot when you lose long rallies like that one. To maybe overhit as well. She has to stay patient at times. She probably wants to be aggressive early on in the points to take those types of rallies away from Kamiji. I wonder whether we'll see the drop shot used as well, because Kamiji is so far back. Get her into parts of the court that she's a little less comfortable with. And then that happens.
You don't see it too often, but it's the second winner on the forehand we've seen from Kamiji. Just winds it up the line. Beautifully done.
Opportunity here then for Kamiji. Do you just feel that really long rally at the back end of the last game almost means you more than 1 point, doesn't it? It's effective, De Groot. Taking momentum into this game. There's a clever slice serve from Kamiji, and she holds to love. So first blood to the Japanese world number 2. Moves into a 3-2 lead for the first time in this opening set. Sun goes down pretty early in Rio. You can see the lights are out and on already. Kamiji's looking good in this opening set.
Good reason for that, because she's getting the ball back one more time. And De Groot at the moment.
It's a 7th point in a row for the Japanese player. Shake of the head. She's going to have to hit a lot of balls if she's going to win this one. Perhaps being a little too aggressive. In fact, she's lost a couple of those long rallies. It's left her between a rock and a hard place because she now doesn't want to be involved in those rallies again. She's just being over forceful, trying to shorten the point. It's the shortest possible point, a double fault. Indeed, Groot. It is Kamiji who is able to break for the third time. For the first time, though, now has a two-game cushion, leads 4-2.
Tactic certainly works, and it's the youngster, or slightly younger player, who's going to have her patience tested, and it's a real learning curve for her, I'm sure.
For once, Kamiji unable to get the ball back. As you say, real learning experience, particularly against a player like Kamiji. This pressure situation, bronze medal at stake.
No matter how much you know about your opponent before the match, it's still got, the job is still got to be done out there.
Look over towards the line judge. Far away from making it. It was the right play though. Good. Chance to stop the rot here for the Dutch player. Kamiji's won the last 3 games. Groot with 2 good points.
No.
Say clever play there once more from Kamiji. Playing it in behind Groot. As much as we've talked about her defensive capabilities, she's also shown she can step up the court, can pressurise her opponent, particularly with that forehand wing. It's a good deep return from Groot, and that's a first game in 4 for the Dutch player. Kamiji, who still leads. Groot closing the gap to just the 1 game. Kamiji 4-3 up, first set. It's an important game to win, the previous one for De Groot.
Needs to consolidate that here.
It's amazing, isn't it, Gerard, in terms of how a tennis match and how long they can be. You know, they can be over 3 hours long, but they can often come down to 1 point. And you feel that this first set, still look back to that mammoth rally that was had, that Kamiji won. And almost from that point, she went on to win 3 games in a row. Before then, you almost felt it was De Groot who was having the better of proceedings.
You're absolutely right. And so often you can go back to another pivotal game in a big 5-setter or a point. In this case, game maybe 8 or 9 deuces that turn into the match turner. Oh, brilliant. The first backhand was good, the second was even better. Sending it back, that slice backhand just dies as it hits the court.
That's a fine forehand. Going back to the backhand, it's effective wheelchair tennis because also you can play a fraction later. So again, you can see where your opponent moves. You go one way or the other. Knife down the back of the ball and keep it low over the net. Very tough to play against. Oh, winner's coming thick and fast now.
Yeah, forehand this time from Groot. There it is again. He's honed it and she's using it very, very well.
Oh, it's deadly. That one barely took off the floor, did it? It stayed so low. And Kamiji a game away now from taking this opening set. Leads by 5 games to 3.
Clever play.
Just such a good move at Kamiji. Very rarely looks rushed. Always able to strike it in the hitting zone. This time taking it after just 1 bounce. We've seen her take it after 2 time and time again. It's causing her opponent real issues, that slice backhand. Again getting De Groot on the stretch. Lovely 1-2 punch. With that winner, she gives herself a couple of set points.
Cut serve. Drags Groot out of play and opens up the court. She exploits it well.
That one's just wide. After a good start from De Groot in the set, it's the world number 2 who has shown her class. And in the end, winning a relatively comfortable set of tennis against the Dutch player. Kamiji takes the opening set by 6 games to 3.
Not too many winners either side, but De Groot, a little too many unforced errors. She'll have to limit those in the second set if she wants to make a fighter that's not too strong on the first serve percentage.
So what we get in this second set. De Groot starts well. For once, the ball not coming back.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be the test for her, isn't it? Has she got the patience, she's either got the skill, the patience to hang in there and hit one more ball?
That's the reason I say it's important she starts well in this set, because she's lost 6 out of the last 7 games. So I feel she has got the game to hit through Kamiji at times. Like that. I think that was where maybe the experience for her, 19 years of age, is that first set, rather than just saying well played to Kamiji in a couple of points and saying, okay, that was just too good defense-wise, she let it get to her and then dropped a couple of games after having a bit of a hangover when she wasn't able to break Kamiji. She certainly got the game to hurt the Japanese player, no doubt about that. starting position for that forehand.
Yeah, it's all about just managing her emotions in a way, because there can be a degree of frustration that she's not finding a way through, going for the lines, just being ultra patient. But she's, as you've said, she's got the power to Kamiji under some pressure.
I think patience is the key, as in realising when Kamiji's done well to hang on in the point, and not over-forcing, not trying to finish the point too soon. Kamiji is going to get the ball back in play, and she's going to have to work. And again, having made a good start to the game, spraying the errors.
Yeah.
And Kamiji not having to work too hard to get the break there.
You should feel that she's trying to gel a little bit there, Kamiji.
So it's Japanese player takes the first game of the second set. But it's amazing, isn't it? Again, going back to that long rally, it wins you so many points. It's 1 point in the bag, but I feel since then, Kamiji's picked up a lot of cheap points because De Groot has felt she's had to be more aggressive and more forceful. So even though it was only worth 1 point on the scoreboard, Kamiji has just sat back and now hasn't had to do as much because of all that effort she put in early on in the match.
It's outstanding. I mean, behind the baseline, she switched 3 times before the ball there. She'd switched twice before then and still made the winner. Amazing presence and awareness of where she is and where the ball is coming from.
There used to be a game with some of the kids I used to coach where they had to spin round before you hit the ball.
Yeah.
I'm not too sharp at it, and the fact that these players can do that 2-3 times and still have their bearings and then hit a winner.
Nice.
Incredible skill.
Fantastic. Good serve. It's low and skiddy. That's better.
It's what makes tennis so watchable, isn't it? The different styles you can have. Kamiji still very effective with her style. You watch her and you think, really got the strength to hit winners, but it's how she creates situations, makes things difficult with that serve. Groot definitely has a fierce full forehand. Deep return.
She's got to use that forehand well. She's matching away to herself at the moment. Is Groot. Calm. Japanese player.
You just feel at the moment it's that little bit more experience from Kamiji that is proving to be the difference. It's cool, calm and collected. She has a game plan. Too many errors coming from De Groot, and Kamiji in a good situation if she can hold here.
sort of player that when the draw comes out, players look into the draw and think, oh, no.
Got to work incredibly hard to get past her.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that these two have met 5 times before, as I say, Kamiji has won 4 out of those 5 meetings. The only win that came for De Groot was through a retirement for Kamiji. What court coverage from Kamiji. How on earth did she win that point?
She was always having to fetch and to scramble. And the Groot found herself in a really difficult situation in no man's land, really, and Kamiji experienced.
I feel she needs a bit of luck right now. Having to work so hard to win a point.
It's a real test, mental strength, just as much as the physical side.
As I said again, from Kamiji. She's such a good mover, though, the 22-year-old, and not only that, her anticipation skills. She always seems to be set up for where her opponent is going to play the ball next. And she does go deep in the court. She's rolling forward, so she can try and cover that drop shot. That's why we haven't really seen any drop shots from De Groot. She really needs to throw in it something a little different.
Had a laugh there, I think, Kamiji, just to relieve the tension a little bit. She should make better of that beforehand. It's deuce.
Be careful here, De Groot. Their head's dropped a little. See a bit more positivity on that side of the net. So it's tough against Kamiji. She's lost 4 occasions to it.
That's a super return. Giving back some of own medicine, the slice backhand.
It's about the first time that we've seen Kamiji not in the right spot. So there's something different from De Groot. It worked. She decided just to move around the backhand there. A little late. It's played wide.
Two mistakes to end the game after she'd worked really hard.
Japanese fans and coaches looking pretty happy right now. A really close start. Remember, it was De Groot who was 2-1 up in that first set. It's Kamiji who's dominated the play since then. Server moves up 2-love in the second set. Return. All about defense.
just moving in. She's got a good variety of shots.
Nice response.
So that's what I've been meaning to do. Good serve. Well played on the backhand. Agreement from her. Good serve out wide, set it up.
So I just feel that he has to start trying to enjoy this match. It's difficult, feeling the pressure. The fact that she is up against it now and that, you know, the scoreboard's against her, allow her to play a little more free. Kamiji's going to continue to do that. Took it so early. Took all the time away from her Japanese opponent.
Backhand return, but straight into the forehand of Groot. She knows that. He fed it. Not this time.
And too often, able to get that serve out of the hitting zone for Kamiji. That is a sumptuous backhand. Going around the side of the ball. A couple of times now, opening the court up with the wide serve. Punishing her opponent.
Yeah, opened up the court as she'd done the previous point, but an even better backhand. And another.
Yeah, quality from Groot. Allowing her head to drop too much. An important game to win. Just hang on in there in this second set. Gets herself on the scoreboard. Although it is Kamiji who leads by 2-1. Big game, this one. Well, was that a check in momentum, a change in the path of how this match is going? Did Groot winning the previous game? Or is it just a blip in the road, Kamiji? Beautifully stroked up the line.
It's almost as if she is saying, well, I'm down here. I've got to try something. I've got to be more aggressive. Go for a few lines, go for a few winners, and back myself. And she did so there.
The technique, smooth looking forehand. The set for Kamiji for the match. Been called in. I don't think too happy with the call. Just wonder a couple of these occasions. Try the drop shot. So far back. Did just catch the line, so good clean winner. The Groot. 3 break points to give herself a fair bit of momentum in the second set.
Yeah, she's being a lot more positive, a lot more aggressive, taking the ball earlier.
There's yet another forehand winner, and with it, gives herself the break.
Yeah, into the quarter. Throughout this game, that's been in the previous game when she held serve. It's perhaps been the switch that's been flicked.
As I said, setting 2-love down. Just realising she can relax a little. She's the underdog for this match anyway, against the world #2 player that she's never actually won a match point against.
It's Kamiji who's feeling a bit of the pressure.
Meant to be so key in this sport, as it is in any sport, more so in tennis. Who has momentum right now. Gorgeous backhand. Took it so early. On the rise. Somehow able to get a racket over the ball still.
Well, there she's showing the patience that was lacking in the first set. She was drawn into another long rally. Was happy for it, but when the opportunity came, she took it.
Yeah, that's clever play from De Groot. You could see there when she was on the defence, going down the middle of the court, taking the angles away from Kamiji and got herself back into the point. For once, Kamiji gets a taste of her own medicine, not being able to hit through her opponent.
Yep, and the frustration's starting to build for the Japanese player. She's had it all her own way. And it's now turning a little against her.
Oh, finally misses. Oh, what a long busting rally that was. And you have to give credit to De Groot. Showed great patience. And this time it's the Dutch player who wins an epic rally. And now is in front in the second set. De Groot takes the fifth game, leads by 3 games to 2.
Well, it's amazing. I mean, Kamiji was always seemingly on the defensive here, but that's what her game looks like in many ways. Chasing down across the back of the court, and Groot doing everything she possibly could to chase them down, and eventually forehand sprayed wide from Kamiji. Dutch woman is right back in this contest. Lost the first set 6-3, 3-2. This for the bronze medal in the women's singles. Kamiji. That's attritional stuff between you, Kamiji, and De Groot. A battle. De Groot, perhaps a more aggressive attacking player, having to manage that style of play against the best fetchers and defenders in the sport. Good serve. had to get herself into position, but it paid off. An excellent forehand low. Groot not able to make a clean return. Oh, she went all the way around it to take it on the forehand. Knowing that she had to get it right, because if Groot had a shot at it, it's going to be exposed. Love. Well played, she read the length well. Of course not able to make the return, and a rarity, a game held to love here. Kamiji, it's 3-all in the second set.
First game in 4 from Kamiji, and an important one. Momentum with the Groot heading into that game. It's stamped out.
Good.
I don't think the Groot agrees, but the judge landed on the baseline. Former world #1 is Kamiji. Never won a medal at the Paralympic Games before her. So her opponent is guaranteed a medal in the doubles. Bullet of a forehand from Kamiji.
Yeah, she was determined to get there on the first bounce. And made it count. Also deep and out of reach.
What a turnaround. 7 straight points now to Kamiji. Just when you thought all the momentum was with the Dutch player. Kamiji, though, showing her experience and not panicking. Oh, yes. Well, she's shown us her defensive skills throughout this match. Now entertaining the crowds with some spectacular volleys.
Extraordinary point. She enjoyed it for sure. You've seen her at the back of the court, and that was an amazing shot. High backhand volley, as tough as they get in the sport. And then the low backhand volley was the winner. Brilliant stuff from Kamiji, prepared to change it up in order to take the dominance of this match, and she's done just that. Beautiful.
So from 3-2 down, it is Kamiji who is now 4-3 up in the second set. And I know I keep saying the experienced player. Of course, she's 3 years older than De Groot, but she's only 22 years of age, so she's still very young, but she has been in and amongst it in the sport for many years. Made her international debut in 2007, so 9 years ago. She began playing the sport in 2004. You can tell with her temperament and how she's reacted to certain situations that she's the type of player who remains cool, calm and collected. Didn't panic the fact she lost 3 straight games. Goes on and wins 8 straight points. So now we turn to De Groot and see what she's got in way of a reaction to what's just happened in the last 3 or 4 minutes. Kamiji to serve then. Now leading 4-3 in the second set.
To love in the previous service game.
It's now 9 straight points. It's been a strange match so far for De Groot. It's almost as if she's been behind. She's played a little bit more freedom. Finally got herself into the lead and is frozen. First point in 10 for the Dutch player.
More positive from De Groot to finish it off. And try and be a little more aggressive in this game.
Made it. What a shot that is, especially when you consider the position she was in on the court.
Yeah, she was dragged wide and she just laced it up the line. Beautifully played. She had some doubts about a line call earlier in that rally.
Oh, what a return. That is some angle.
Beautiful pickup. Just in the wrist to get it across on the angle.
That's the first break point. Still has one more though, just the Dutch player. Ooh.
Signs of being a little more aggressive there with the return and even that forehand that went into the net, but she took it early.
Good job of manoeuvring the ball around the court, getting De Groot into different situations to play different shots. And again, solid as a rock is the world number 2.
done so well to get the serve back. It was a good serve. Kamiji has the job here, and puts all the pressure back on the young Dutch club.
Yeah, just a few too many unforced errors doing the damage for De Groot, unable to take advantage of those 2 break points. And it's Kamiji who's a game away from securing a bronze medal for herself and Japan.
Can't fault her for trying it.
I was going to say, we haven't seen that tactic used at all by De Groot. I'm not sure whether that was the right time to play it. Tough to execute it from that far back anyway.
Nice firm forehand. Powerful through the ball.
She'd made it. She's missed it by a fraction.
Look up at the chair. Confirmed ball. 2 more points, she's saying 2 more points.
That's more like it. To just lean back to hit that inside-out forehand. Did with it well, though. Wasn't a bad return at all from Kamiji. It's a shame. Maybe the pressure just getting to the 19-year-old. And it is a bronze medal point for Yui Kamiji. Just wide. It's a very conservative point. It's a wondrous slice backhand.
Again, we see evidence of a variety of shots from Kamiji. She took the serve early as well, put the pressure on Groot, and then a lovely slice backhand drop shot. Give her a bronze medal point.
It's bronze for Kamiji and Japan. And you have to say, that was a quality performance from the former world number one. Getting the better of the 19-year-old Diede, who can have lots to be pleased about with her efforts in the singles. She's still got gold to go for in the doubles. But it's Kamiji who secures her first ever Paralympic medal with a super performance. She's defeated Diede 6-3, 6-3 in an hour and 19 minutes.
Well, she's got a very particular game plan with a rich variety of strokes, but she does like to wear down her opponents, and then she applied the finishing touches with a bit of aggression as well, and a really delighted Kamiji of Japan. Another bronze medal. They've got 7 bronze at these games. This is their 8th. They haven't yet won a gold medal at the Paralympic Games. They'll be very pleased with this result.
And of course, sets herself up